Guys, if you're watching this, make sure you subscribe. If you want to watch the whole thing, you can watch it on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Welcome back to another episode of Saving Grace. Today, I'm putting myself on the line here. I'm ready to get violated. My manager's on the pod. Give it up for Hannah Holland. Here she is. The ginger minja herself. Hello, Hannah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Come on.
I've got to push you into this. Balls deep.
I know, I am scared.
You should be.
Yeah.
Because I just went on yours.
Yeah, but mine was like a business professional.
You had the trousers on that one.
I did.
Today I've got the shorts on. I'm ready for it.
The shorts are out.
And the spiky legs are out too, but hopefully...
Win-win chicken din.
No one can... Win-win chicken din. I'm going to start at the start of our love story.
It was a love story.
It was a love story.
Yeah.
Where you messaged me.
I did.
How did you reach out?
On DM? Yeah, I slid into the DM.
She slid, yeah.
No, do you know what? I got sent, one of my friends sent me your videos a lot. Like a lot.
Happens.
And I was just kind of like in bed, and the one that really caught my eye was you waxing your vagina.
Yeah, that does
like
happen,
on
yeah.
video as well. Like on video, like you're like here, but it's covered here, and you're going like
Yeah.
you know, like really dramatic.
Yeah, it does hurt.
But at the time, no one had signed TikTokers,
No.
so it was like, is this a good idea? Is it not? And I just thought maybe we could be best friends regardless.
Yeah.
So I just DM'd you, and you messaged back quick.
I
You're not hard
I
to
opened
get.
it straight away.
You're not hard to get.
I'm an easy girl.
And I actually messaged you from my own personal account too.
You did, and then I went on yours and I saw HLD in the bio, so I clicked on that. And at the time, I remember it had like Love Islanders on, and I thought, I want to be on Love Island.
That was your goal.
That was my goal. Do you remember the first thing? Hannah went, what do you want from this? I said, Love Island.
It's funny because I wish we could go back. You just weren't made for Love Island.
No, and you also said to me, you went, you sure about that? Are you sure you've got anything bigger that you'd like to do? Maybe?
I just think, if that's the end goal, it's not,
it's not ideal.
It's not ideal.
No.
Usually, like, it's a stepping stone.
Yeah, especially me on there. What would I have done on there? I don't even shave my legs properly for a 4-day holiday, let alone 6 weeks.
Well, bear in mind, we just came off foot aside of Ibiza after 3 days.
Yeah.
For 8 weeks, you would have died.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't have the mental health for that, unfortunately. I had to share a bed with you, and each night I was like, I'm crippled. You were like, let's watch some Selling Sunset, all right?
Oh, it was so good.
It was so good.
So good.
Right, so you slid into my DMs.
I did.
And I'd say we had a slow beginning, didn't we? Because once again,
Slow burner.
no one was signing me.
No,
Not signing me, like booking me.
Yeah, no one was booking for sure. I think when you first started, it took, I wish I went through my sheets before, but I know it was like 500 quid a month for the first few months. Like
Yeah.
that's all you made.
Yeah.
But I really believed in the vision. But let's be honest, not everyone wanted you to stay on the agency.
Exactly.
I'm looking at you, Loretta.
Yeah, because basically I was quitting my job and my mum went, are you sure? Maybe you should go to different management can get you more money. And what we also didn't realise was it doesn't matter what agency I went to at the time. I wasn't going to get any money.
Well, no
going
one's
to
leading
TikToker.
TikTokers. Me and Ella, who's actually over there,
Hey, Ella.
she we actually created a video. I showed you.
I'm going to make Rosie insert that video.
No, I swear.
No, I'm making Rosie insert it.
It was the worst
The
video.
worst thing I've seen.
Worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hands down.
And it was like press. And we were doing transitions, and you were like the transition off. But
The transitions were like 4-second delayed as well. You guys were just stood there, then it would cut to you in a slightly different position, trying to be the same.
No, it was
It was wild. I was like, gotta go.
No, the X Factor position
Yeah.
was wild.
Simon Cowell, mess him.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
But I think your mum's very happy now with us.
Oh yeah, my mum
loves us.
Should we talk about my mum and yours relationship?
I love Loretta. I love her, but she loves to put me in embarrassing positions.
So the first time my mum ever met you, you took us out for dinner.
I
didn't
did.
you?
I did take everyone for dinner.
And my dad, and my mum went, I want a full presentation. I want a PowerPoint.
I was so petrified.
What you're going to do with my daughter, right? So Hannah, bless her soul, you got off a plane, didn't you?
I had literally just landed from LA, and I literally had to get ready.
Yep.
And I went straight on the train, and I was like, yeah. And I hadn't finished the presentation because I'd been in LA, actually working as well. People think when you're working abroad, you're just having a party. It really depends, but most of the time you are working.
Yeah.
And so I sat in this train station. This weird man was like harassing me as well. I was like, I'm really sorry, but I'm actually going to have to really buckle down here. Finish this presentation and for your mum to basically tell you to put it away and to have fun.
Yeah. No,
Your
got
dad
about
was interested.
2 sentences into the presentation. She went, let's just have a drink, Hannah. Let's just have a wine.
And that we did.
And then she called you Grr, didn't she?
She went, you look very grr this evening, Hannah.
And Hannah turned to me and said, did your mum just call me fat? And I said,
I thought she did. Because I've never been called grr. Has anyone ever been called grr?
No.
But it meant scary, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that was sad because I thought I looked quite girlish and I'm not that girly.
Well,
I'm very...
We all take the piss because we say you walk like a rugby player.
I do. I walk with purpose.
You do.
But unfortunately...
You walk with brand deals ahead of you.
But the problem is, I look like I'm about to enter the scrummage.
Yeah, like you look like you're going to war.
Yeah.
In the best way possible.
There's no best way because Ella does an awful impression of me, like awful impression of how I walk. And then I saw a video from when I took all my staff to Budapest.
Yeah.
And there's a real video we did and I can see myself walking. I was like, oh,
Delete.
It was bad.
Yeah.
I actually literally looked like I could potentially, if you didn't see my hair, be a bloke.
That's horror. At least you've got the hair.
I do.
Oh, do you know what I want to throw it back to? A lot of people don't know this because this is very interesting.
Go on.
What was your job before this? Go on.
I worked at a nude magazine and a version of Babe Station. So I oh my God.
Humble beginnings.
It was, I know all about like the perv cam. So there used to be like a camera that used to go up the skirt and people would pay per minute. Like the phones, and I did. I didn't do that.
No.
I think people would ask for a refund personally.
Me too. Yeah.
But
not for you.
I was going to say, wow, come on,
I'd pay.
Hit me where it hurts.
Yeah.
No, and then, oh God, where was I at? No, I did marketing. I did the social media.
Yeah.
So I did. And then we had the new magazine. So it was like one of my jobs was covering boobs and vaginas with love hearts. And that's what I would do for hours a day, like literally just like a little love heart. Yeah. And the name of the game was to get them as small as possible.
Yeah.
So you could see as much as possible without Instagram removing them.
Yeah. And that's a good trait to know.
Well, I won't lie. It's where I got the inspiration to have an all-women's agency because it was all men running this agency. And I actually am friends with a lot of them still and I do love them to pieces. And I think the glamour girls get a hard time of it because they're all so bloody lovely. Actually, one of the cock destroyers worked there.
No way.
Rebecca Moore
Love her.
Used to work on like the night shift. I never did night shift. Night shift would get crazy. People would get so drunk. And the next day you come in and like I go into the toilet, there'd be someone's thong everywhere. Like it was fake tan everywhere. There was a bath there as well. Like people would bath there. But it was crazy. And the thing is like, you know, I was at the time it was like the coolest job in the world because I was like just come from uni and everyone thought I was like
the bee's knees.
Not everyone thought, oh my God, Hannah knows all the hot girls. And I think that's never really left, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's very true.
I'm lucky I'm surrounded by beautiful women all the time.
The plug. Yeah. And then you started up this agency yourself.
But they started managing Demi Rose and Megan Barton Hanson.
Yeah.
There. And then I just realised that I loved that and I was better in it. And I was just, I don't know, cocky 24-year-old. I thought I could do a great job. And I literally set it up and did it for 6 months while I was working there. I used to take calls in the bathroom. I signed someone who'd come off Love Island like pretty quickly. And I used to have to like answer calls from ITV and other managements and stuff at literally in the bathroom.
Humble
at
beginnings.
This job.
And now I'd say you've got the most like known female agency in the UK. I don't know any other agency that's like full UK.
I think we're quite niche, yeah.
Yeah, you are. Full UK, I meant full women.
Full women.
Full UK. Full British citizenship.
I think people, you know, I hear it a couple of times, you're lucky. I think you could vouch for it. I work a lot of hours I work my ass off.
I'm surprised you haven't had hair loss yet.
Oh, I've got extensions. Fuck
yeah,
it.
fair.
Might as well tell everyone now. People always ask, my most common question around, is that real?
Is that real? Is that your real hair?
I'm like, run your hands through and just let me know.
Yeah, just a tug. Yeah.
See what comes out.
See, I know people are very interested in you, so I've got some good questions. Hold on.
I think that's baffling. Well, when what was it? When we were away, and you had a video of me dancing on a pole, saying that I was working for my money.
She works for her money. That's you. You work for your money.
I do.
Guys, it's June. And just round the corner is Father's Day. And let me guess, you haven't got him a present because he's a deadbeat. Well, let me tell you, today's sponsors of the pod is Manscaped, and they're going to save your Father's Day this year. Whether it's your husband or your dad, you can join the 8 million people that use Manscaped and trust them with the downstairs. Inside this package, you will get the Essential Lawnmower 4.0 that you can use downstairs to give you a nice little trim, and you don't have to worry about hurting it. It's waterproof, cordless, and it's got a ton of other liquid formulations to round out their grooming routines. And you don't need to worry about cutting yourself because it's got advanced skin-safe technology. And no one likes any nose hairs. It comes with the Weed Whacker 2.0 for your ears and your nose. So when you're snogging your wife, there's no tickles. This is the perfect Father's Day gift that he'll actually use, and it will save you getting him a pair of socks for the 84th year. You can get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com using the code GRACE20. That's 20% off and the free shipping at manscaped.com using the code GRACE20. Your dad can thank me later. Make this Father's Day one he won't forget with Manscaped. Right. So what is the worst thing you've had to deal with me doing?
Where do I begin?
Yeah, fair.
Oh, at the beginning, your videos were, like we had to.
By the line.
No, like some were just, they were just grim.
Yeah.
Like disgusting.
Do you know what one comes to my head?
No, I know, but don't you dare say it because we have covered this for years.
What about the BV one where I was Gracie Ann and she went in for a gynecologist appointment and the doctor fainted because it's stank?
that was out there. The one I'm thinking of also is vaginal related, but I'm not talking about it, but I used to say to you, send me all your videos before you go up.
Yeah,
because
and I never would.
Some of them were on the line. There's a couple that went up and I went, take it down now.
Yeah. Thank God though.
It was just one of those ones where I just don't know if people would even find it funny or been like,
help.
I always thought if I didn't laugh, I don't know who else will, because I've got a really awful, childish sense of humour.
Of course. Yeah. And if you don't, who will?
Mate, I save you from yourself quite often.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's definitely more. One of the things that I didn't save you from though, which I think is better, is when you did an audition for something and I made you put a plant in your head to show that you could be this grass, and it was for like a really high-end campaign.
Yeah.
I was like, put this plant in your head. It just really, and you did it.
Yeah, and I didn't get it. As we can all imagine why I didn't get it.
I don't think that was me. I think that was you and your acting skills.
Right, okay, yes. I think it's not the plant pot on my head that did it. And it was nothing to do with nature either. I just want to really put that one out there.
No, it was. You were being a Christmas tree.
Yeah, with a floral plant.
It was plastic as well.
Yeah.
It was like a hanging one. But I really wanted you to get into character.
Yeah, and that I did.
To be fair, this was like 2 years ago now.
Yeah,
so it was really, we were trying hard.
What were your clients? So the clients that were on the books when I first joined, did anyone think, what the fuck, why have you signed her?
Probably, because even some of my staff were at the time very like, TikTokers don't make money, which is actually so mad to say now, but it was...
We make money now.
I think it was a bizarre one. Everyone was like, you've made a mistake there.
Well, look at me now.
And
sometimes in life you have to take risks.
I also think, being a good talent manager or anyone in talent, you have to be ahead of the curve and see what's coming next. Because at one point, the glamour girls used to make thousands for page 3.
Yeah.
Now I think they only get a few $100. So, it's moving with the times.
What did you think when you saw the video of me jumping in the fountain? Were you disappointed?
No, nothing disappoints me anymore.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Shocks.
Yes.
Confused why you went all in, because I didn't see anyone else, like Max didn't.
Yeah.
Thought, damn, I wish I was there that night. And because you looked like you were having fun.
Yeah.
And horrified that King Charles's staff asked Max about it.
Yeah.
That really, and also when we went to, Ibiza Ocean Beach, they were like, how was the fountain? I'm like, oh my God.
When we were in Ibiza.
Worked so hard.
Yeah. No, I'm not even joking. Every single person that came up to me went, had fun in the fountain, did you?
And then you decided that it was acceptable to say, and I think I've got scabies.
To every single one of them.
Every single person.
My skin's been itching. Meow. Right. What is the funniest story we've got together?
This one isn't the worst because I can't really think now at the top of my head. But one of the most tragic things I've ever seen happen, ever, and I stand by this now, was you and Billy had an argument on tour about how much you loved each other. And it was literally, I died inside. I was like, what is going on? But you were so drunk.
So drunk.
And the thing is, I couldn't get you to make sense of it. So we sent you home, but you were literally crying, going, but I love you so much. I was like, Grace, he loves you too. Like, it's fine. And then you were literally hysterically crying in this after hours karaoke
you know
bar.
what it was? This is how I know me and Bill were so drunk. You forced me and Rosie up to a stage to sing Never Say Never by Justin Bieber, right?
I loved
and
it.
It was just after I told Billy I didn't want to do karaoke with him, right? But you dragged me up on the stage.
Dragged? You picked the song.
Dragged.
You
and then I
picked the
came
song.
off and Billy was like, we don't want to do karaoke.
No, and then somehow I got involved because Billy then asked me if I'd do karaoke. I said, yeah, I'm down. And then you got upset and was like, but you won't do karaoke with me. I was like, what is going on?
Even though I didn't want to do karaoke. And then we started beefing. And then...
There was no beef. It was just you two crying.
Yeah, it was just us crying in a corner.
And then
I got sent out.
Drew, your hairdresser sent you home.
No, he literally said, get your shit together and go home. And I was like, yeah, fair.
He was like, you're being really embarrassing. Go home. And I was like, I agree.
I second that. Yeah, do you know what? I'd say that is pretty embarrassing. And I hope no one saw that happen, even though definitely people did.
Oh, yeah. And the best bit was you left. And then some girl went to me next to me and went, is that GKBarry?
Oh, God.
I went,
no.
I'm not sure, actually. I think she's Grace today.
Oh, what's a time that I've really stressed you out?
Most days.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's one particular time. I think
really? Just every day.
No, I think because you've got busy quickly, and I think your evolution has been quicker than I think a lot of others, and it got so busy so quickly, and it's just stressful going, like some opportunities, we just don't want you to miss them.
Yeah.
And it's like the logistics in between of like, okay, and then also battling your anxiety with flying, anxiety of just doing anything.
Just leaving the house.
That is you balancing it out and not overworking you.
Yeah.
That I find that the balance quite stressful.
I find it stressful too.
I know, but then also I guess it's great because we have a great relationship, so we do go through it together.
I
and
just
then
ring you crying. Who have I refused to interview that you've suggested?
I send lists all the time, and you always refuse my list.
I do.
And I find that sad.
But
I don't think I'm going to name anyone for your own.
And it's not them.
No, there's a few. You do say no to a lot of people. You're very particular.
I am, but that's only because I know it will go out and people go, why have you had them on then? And I'll go, yeah, fair. But sometimes you have to fill spaces. You got to fill it. If I have a shit guest, I've had to fill it.
Yeah, fair.
Fair. Do you know what I mean? Right.
I'm not a filler, by the way. I was actually requested.
She's actually requested. Thank you. Deep one.
Oh, God.
What was the hardest thing for you being a teenage girl? And I don't want to hear you say... I knew you were going to say being ginger, yeah.
No, only because I went to a school in South London. People were not nice to me.
No, do they play Knock Knock Ginger on you?
No, but when Catherine Tate came out and I had people scream at me on the way to school saying Gingers for Justice, it makes me sad still. And you know what? I was just bullied at school as a whole. People just weren't that nice to me.
I think that's why we're good for each other, because we were both picked on.
I think, though, the best thing that happened was me being bullied because I'm funny.
Yeah.
And I don't take life too seriously.
And you have got a thick skin.
Yeah, and I think the fact that people bully people just because they're slightly different, like, it's not my fault I was born ginger.
Yeah, what are you going to do about it? Shave your head? When you could, but...
My parents didn't help me. I had a really wonky ginger bob.
Ooh,
and it was it's famously called the ginger mushroom in my house because I did look like a little ginger mushroom. And I used to straighten it. But you know, like when you're younger, you don't straighten it round.
Do you know what you look like when you were younger as well? Who's that, the ginger cartoon?
Oh, I look like Chucky.
You look like Chucky,
From
yeah.
the Rugrats, yeah. I used to always wear the Chucky t-shirt. My dad bought me that. That was rude.
I mean, that's a growing, like, what's the word?
But the best thing about being ginger is you do stand out.
You do, no,
and you do get, people do rate it when you get older.
Whenever someone meets Hannah, they go, love your hair.
I know.
It's the first thing people always say.
If only I knew that back then. Because I dyed it black, blonde, red, everything.
What would you say your proudest moment of your career has been so far? Has to be involving me.
My proudest thing that you've done?
Yes.
I've got a few now, though. I have got a few.
Just reel them off. I need
The podcast was one that I was really proud of because we were there from start to finish.
Yeah.
Like even the team that you have now on the podcast weren't here when we started. It was literally me, Ella, Cal Frazee, and Callum, the producer. Like it was just four of us. Selling out your tour in 3 minutes. That was pretty incredible.
It was pretty hot. I don't know why I called that hot.
It was pretty hot.
It was pretty hot.
It was pretty hot. For Asylum Women's Ambassador.
Yeah.
I was very proud of that one. Some of the TV stuff you've just done.
Yeah.
That
The wheel
will be revealed. Right. I said all be revealed. The wheel.
The wheel.
You've got a big commercial coming out.
I do, and you're going to die laughing.
The thing is, I think people don't realise is you are pretty much booked till the end of the year.
I know, and I feel it too.
But that's the thing. So there's a lot of things that I'm proud of that haven't come out yet.
Yeah. All shall be revealed.
And it's things that I wish I could have told you back then. I've always thought that you would do this though. I've always thought you'd be huge. Since the day I met you.
Oh man, and here we are.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. I don't know what song that was, but I thought I'd copy you.
Okay.
Oh, how does like your job compare to a 9 to 5? Do you get holiday allowance, sick days? Like, how does it work? Because you don't.
How does it work? Well, so I'm the CEO of my company. I don't really. So everyone gets 28 days. I don't really have 28 days.
Yeah.
I think I've only booked off like a week.
Yeah.
This year.
You don't really.
I just like I will take time off if I think I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. I will take like a couple of days off.
Fair.
Or like weekends. I do absolutely nothing. I think that's the thing that people are surprised about me. I do absolutely nothing. I don't drink. I don't go out. I literally sit at home.
Yeah, with your dogs.
With my dogs and just go, oh, that is stressful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't. 28 days. What else what they say?
Like, I mean, you probably do get sick pay. Yeah.
Sick pay.
Yeah.
Well, I get paid regardless.
Yeah, I mean, you are the manager anyway, so you just pay yourself.
Well, I own the company, so I've never.
Just do what you want.
Well, I don't technically do what I want, but my accountants do that.
Yeah, fair.
You know, I'm on a salary.
Yeah,
I do it like that.
I love that.
I'm on the books.
On the books. Oh, someone said, "Are you naturally ginger?" Yeah.
I am naturally ginger. Yeah.
Oh my God! Sorry, this is just off the books. Not a question, but your manager seems amazing. Her twerking skills were on point.
Yes, they are. They are on point.
Right, something no one knows about Grace. That's me, by the way.
Ooh.
I got a fat puss, man.
Something like it's. Oh, I don't know. What does something? She carries around her teddy bear croissant. She doesn't like to go many places without one of her managers, and people think we just like to go along for the ride, but no. Like she damaged my hand like on a plane.
Yeah,
everything Grace says is very much true.
If I was on that plane journey alone, I wouldn't be here.
I think the only thing people wouldn't know about you is that you are. Like I've always, it's not even something that people wouldn't know, but I always think there's a Grace and there's a GK. Yeah. There's two different people. Yeah. Because Grace is very much more anxious, but the camera turns on and turns to GK. It's like a different thing.
When I walk into a room, I don't go, guys. Do I?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. He started to filter out. Yeah. So you go,
guys. Guys. Oh, who's your dream client that you'd love to manage?
My jammer.
Fair. That would be a good one. Charlie Marlowe says, how big are her tits?
Big.
Ellie Young says she looks bigger. I've always wanted to become an influencer, but never know how. Help. What would your advice be?
It's quite blasé, but if you want to be an influencer, it's so hard now. So hard. It's so oversaturated.
Yeah.
you need to find a niche. You have to be different. You cannot, like, the biggest mistake people make is going, say someone loves you and then their content is so similar to yours, or you can see someone else in your content.
Yeah.
It is like, what are your interests and why are you different? Like, not, you don't always have to be funny.
No.
Like, sometimes you can just be a bit silly, a bit wacky. Like, I watch loads of different influencers. Some of them don't necessarily fit with what I do, which is why I wouldn't manage them. But, you know, just being yourself, but consistency is so important. And like being on it.
How would you say is a good thing to get noticed by a management? Because some people message you.
Oh, a lot. We get a lot of messages, which is very nice because we never, like, you know, 3 years ago, wouldn't have, well, actually, almost we're 4 this week. Jesus.
Yeah.
The biggest things I look for when if people email us, or if I'm just looking, is engagement compared to your followers. Like, how engaged are your audience?
Yeah, that's a good
Are
one.
you different? And why are you different?
And are you ginger?
No, I don't really sign ginger. I haven't signed any ginger people, have I?
You actually haven't. Although we had matching hair once, but I wasn't ginger.
No. It doesn't matter what people look like at all. It is literally to do with, do you have a talent? Are you commercial? Are you relatable? Because if you're doing, you know, people buy into people's lives. You know, it was a case of like static images, but no one buys into the perfect life anymore because we're not perfect.
It's the year of relatability.
It's the year of just being yourself. There's nothing wrong with people having surgery or anything like that, but being yourself and not, you know, thinking that you have to be a size 2. You know, everyone's different.
No,
that's why I love TikTok because everyone's so different.
Agreed. So here's a few business type questions for you.
Go on.
So when a job comes in, how do you negotiate like a price, like a set price for me? How do you know what to charge?
So we have guidelines anyway based on what we all agree as a team. But it really depends on what they're asking for. So we have it like, you know, every single brand are always going to come in with their budget. But just because that's what they're saying their budget is doesn't necessarily mean that that's your budget.
Yeah.
So we either, if their budget can't move and you really want to do it, we'll either reduce down the deliverables or the usage. Usage is a massive thing. Influencers get always screwed over with usage.
Yeah.
Because if you say yes to certain things, you could end up getting paid $1,000 and being on a billboard for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And I have seen people do it. Not people I've managed, but like I've had friends who have been models. It's just been like, oh my God.
Yeah.
The biggest... Yeah, but we will negotiate a price and say, listen, this is what we would usually do. We usually do like a bulk discount anyway. But yeah, I think you sticking to your value is so important.
Agreed.
Because the moment you start accepting way less, unless it was something that you really wanted to do, it's very hard to come back from that.
That's
I think
true.
so. We're very strict on it.
And it works the other way around. You know, when some people, like my mum says this a lot, like if someone's on everything, like TV shows, ads, social media, they're like, I now hate them.
Yeah, you have to be
because
careful.
they're everywhere.
Overexposure also is something that we're very conscious of.
Yeah.
And it does, you know, worry me as well. Like something that you have to be worried about.
Yeah.
Making sure, because although you want you to be everywhere technically,
there
is a fine line before it's too much and then it's like, you know, you've gone overboard.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you're just kind of backtracking.
Help. So what is the biggest deal that you've turned down or we've turned down?
I'm not going to say who it's for.
Yeah.
I think that could be damaging.
Yes.
It was huge. It was about $500,000, I reckon.
Yeah.
But it wasn't right.
No.
It wasn't right, and I think in the grander scheme of things, it was not correct.
I think we would have regretted it because it was the money that was making us like. But it wasn't right for the brand.
The whole point was about you owning your own brand is so important for me.
Yeah.
And you having full control of everything, and I think you could have potentially lost that.
Yeah. And do you know what else we find we've been talking about as well is you should always have your fingers in other pies.
Oh, yeah. Well, I do my pie chart, don't I? I put you into a pie, like a bit of food.
I love pie.
And then we go through all the things that you're excelling in, that you're doing, that it's fine, we don't need to work on, things we want to put you in. And the idea is the more slices of the pie, the more money you make.
Yeah.
And the more, visibility. And we do that with all our clients. And I think, if you look at our clients apps, I think are all smashing it. I'm very proud of them all.
They are. Love you, HLD. And what people don't know about us is we're actually good friends outside of work.
Yeah.
I dog sat Your dogs.
Yeah,
Your dog.
What dog?
My godson.
Yeah.
And what did you find when you got back from the house?
I thought an alcoholic had been there.
Fair.
There was about 12 bottles of wine lined up, a lot of delivery receipts and boxes of vapes. Boxes. And I was like, wow, you've only been here for 3 days. Like, it was a lot. I thought, I'm scared for you and Billy to move in because I'm not sure what's going to become of you.
Popcorn lung.
Popcorn lung.
I think could be rife.
You know, and then there was a lot of stories that you were telling me about how amazing it was and how well behaved the dog was. And then later on found out you threw something at my dog.
No, I didn't.
You threw a teddy bear at him for barking.
No, I didn't.
Apparently
Who told you that?
Billy Bob Jones.
Billy, little prick. I didn't throw a teddy bear at him.
Apparently he didn't love him as much as you said.
Shut up. I did not throw a teddy bear at Loki. I'll be having fucking words out. I can't believe he said that. A teddy bear.
I've spoke to you about this before.
Have you?
Yeah, I said, yeah, he said it in front of you that you pretend you love him more than you do.
Oh yeah, I heard that. But I didn't throw anything at him. On my life.
Sometimes you just got to throw a little teddy bear.
I would never do. Although, did I? Sorry, I was just so angry about that.
Why are you so mad?
No, I'm not an abuser. Okay?
It's only a teddy bear.
Only to Bill. But when he gets a sausage in his mouth, you know, like those.
He does this thing where he does his head. And a couple of times I have been flung him in the face.
And he lets go of it and it flies in the air and smacks you in the face. Billy was on a meeting, like a Zoom call, and Loki was shoving this and it flew and smacked him in the head and Billy had to pretend nothing happened. They were like, you okay? He was like, yeah, good, thanks. Really rogue.
Yeah.
Right. So the next bit is we've got some fan relationships dilemmas.
Go.
Relationship dilemmas.
Oh, I'm terrible at relationship advice.
Exactly. That's why I'm getting you to do this.
Okay.
Number 1.
Yeah.
My boyfriend got hit by a car Christmas Eve.
Sorry. Why is that funny?
No, that's wild to even start off with.
That's not even, you don't even go.
It gets worse.
That's terrible.
Christmas Eve 2021. Hope you had a good Christmas, my sweet pea. I can't help bullying him about it.
Why?
Help.
Who wrote that?
I think it depends what condition he's in.
Is he still here?
I mean, if he's a paraplegic, I think maybe you should stop that. Really, shouldn't you? Because that's crazy.
I think I would love clarity on the bullying because the thing is, it's not nice to bully anyone, right?
No.
But a little teasing here and now. Is it like you're making fun of the fact that he walked into a car?
I'd say if he just got off with a grazed knee or something.
Like if he was drunk.
Yeah, like if you got hit by a car and you were fine, I would take the piss out of you every day for that. I'd be like, oh, careful. Beep, beep.
So I laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird.
Yeah, I think that would be an ick.
If he broke something or he was severely damaged, I would suggest...
Severely damaged, brilliant.
I would suggest wouldn't.
Yeah. And maybe don't get him a car for Christmas.
Motorbike.
Yeah, well, that's even worse.
Cyclist.
Ooh. Save the environment.
Helmet.
Right. What do? My sister sent nudes to the guy I like.
Oh, your sister's not nice.
My sister's a bitch.
I was going to say something worse, but I stopped.
Thank you.
Oh, you can't even really unfriend your sister.
Maybe tell him that she has piles. And that she has to pop them in at night.
But maybe there's obviously, actually, if I was to be real about it.
You have piles.
Your sister's obviously talking to this guy, which means this guy's leading you both astray. So you're both mugs, so both cut him off.
Yeah.
Simple.
That's why she's here, to give you that brutal advice. My boyfriend is in prison 3 hours away. We've known each other for 10 years, but have not long been together. Do I stay with him? No.
Absolutely not.
No.
What's he in prison for, firstly?
Yeah.
Secondly, would he do the same for you? Probably not. Thirdly, if you've known him 10 years, that's different to being with him. I think if you've been with someone a long time, stand by your man.
Yeah.
But, there's so many other men out there who aren't in prison.
Yeah, and what if while he's in prison, he's getting tossed off by his mate? Would that be okay? Because he has to get it somewhere. You can't wank for 3 years.
He's away for 3 years, but we are in Britain, so it's probably a year.
Yeah.
So just some prison math there.
Yeah, I think
6 months maybe. It depends, I reckon.
If it's 6 months, stay with him.
I think let's leave it a few months, see how he acts.
Yeah.
But then if he comes out and thinks he's all hard, you don't also want him to go back in. And also they can't go to America or Australia.
And I think it depends what kind of prisoner he is. Like if he's listening to like Pot of Paper, cooking shit in his kettle with his fake phone, filming it on Snapchat, to me that's a bit of an ick.
I've not seen that.
Have you not?
No, I'm quite innocent in that game.
Yeah, like they'll shove a phone up their arse and start Snapchatting. They're Snapchatting.
That's a lot to get up there.
Yeah.
That's like the phones are wide now.
Yeah, I couldn't fit an iPhone 14 up there. Barely fit a thumb. So I don't know if I could do that. Right. My other one.
Yeah.
Okay. I love my partner. We have kids, but the sex is non-existent. So I just can't leave. Help.
Does she want to leave though?
I'm guessing so. She wants her cheeks clapped, Hannah.
Why don't you try and dress up, role play it?
Right, but the kids are next door, aren't they? So that's a bit weird.
Yeah, but you can get a babysitter.
Mummy, why are you dressed as a nurse? That would be the question.
Oh, I had your temperature.
Yeah.
Why don't you take them to your mum's house or something, or get a babysitter, go to a hotel,
right?
Play dress up, have a nice spa night, see if that works.
We're in a living crisis though, Hannah, so it'll have to be Travelodge maybe.
Maybe. It really depends because you can be a nurse anyway. Go to hospital, just really spice it up.
Yeah, I agree. Spice something up. Maybe go on a date night.
Why don't you just say to him, I can't be with you unless you have sex with me?
I think that's quite a...
Go forward, I say.
Fair.
I'm quite forward, I think.
Yeah.
I would just go like that.
Oh, sorry. Last thing I wanted to bring up with you. My tour. How did you find that with me? Sorry, I just went all over the place there. Fuck the relationship dramas.
Tour was harder than I thought it'd be.
Amen.
Because we lived on the road. I lived out of a big suitcase.
In a very small room.
The first room.
The vegan hotel. What the fuck?
I couldn't actually open my suitcase on the floor. I had to put it on my bed. And that was like one of the longest we were there for. It's like 3 days we were there.
Ireland.
I really loved all the people we were with. I thought it was a really good team.
Yeah.
You were all over.
Yeah.
I think it was so interesting to watch you on stage and how crazy. I cried, didn't I, the first night because it was so amazing.
And we were also blackout drunk the first night.
Oh, I think I was drunk too.
I do not remember that show.
I do. I've got it on video.
That's how you remember though.
Was it that I'm going to lick your ass tonight, man?
I'm going to lick your ass tonight.
Yeah, and Nevo. I loved Nevo.
Love Nevo.
I really love your guest choice was on point.
Thank you.
I loved the guests. Every show felt different because of the guests.
Do you remember first show? I text Charlene and Ellie. I go, hey babes, your car there? Just getting picked up or anything? And they go, hello, we're tomorrow. Not today.
Oh yeah, we had to. Nevo was a great sport. She turned up and yeah.
So I had to call Nevo. I said, "Hello, you're on tonight. Let's go." And she did it, but I fucked up so many times.
Well, I took over the celebrity guests after that.
Yeah, I just can't do all that shit too.
We organised the travel. We got everyone there.
Had explosive shit the first night as well. Do you remember? There was a little toilet in the back, and it was crazy. Like that's what nerves does to you. It was like Hiroshima. Hiroshima.
It's mad what you want people to know about you and then think that I'm going to say anything different because you are exactly who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first night that it was more mad because I don't think people know Grace didn't rehearse at all.
No, we did fuck all rehearsals.
No, and I was getting really stressed. I was like, I need you to rehearse. And you were like, now just do it on the night. I was like, oh my God. So when you went out, I thought, fuck, where is this going? And I wanted you to stand up for ages. And I said, I really envisioned GKBarry live at the Apollo, right?
Yeah,
and
Apollo? The Apollo.
Apollo.
The Apollo.
Darling. I want to go to the Apollo. And that's how I always envisioned it. So I said it to you after the tour and you were like, fuck no. Then Billy says it to you like a few days ago. And all of a sudden, it was like this remarkable idea. And I thought,
Do you know why? I'd gotten over the anxiety by then.
Yeah, you know, you were very good freestyling.
Thank you.
But you did have Rosie was great because Rosie helped you with your questions. She went into the crowd. She was pulling people up. Yeah. But yeah, we should address that someone did try and fight me.
Someone did try and fight Hannah. And
I know you spoke about Joe and Joe.
That you realistically you wouldn't fight her. She's a rugby player. Yeah. So you wouldn't fight her.
Oh my God, I feel like I got PTSD to my dad.
Yeah, this woman fully tried. You tell your version of the story because I was on the stage.
Yeah, you were. So
I was having a great time.
It was like 0 to 100, but essentially I saw this girl went inside. I remember thinking the audacity anyway, because she came up, you gave her the mic to speak and everyone else just taking it normally. And she went and got herself on stage and sat there and just told this story like it was her own stage. And I was thinking, wow, the confidence. Like I kind of rated it at the same time. I was like, oh. But then she came over to the side, and I do, not to be so boring, but I have a duty of care. She's a young woman. I don't ever want it to be a case that, you know, you look at someone and go like, oh, like shouldn't be on stage. And also, you know, people were filming. You don't want to say something you shouldn't have said.
You don't.
You know, I'm very cautious to that. And this woman looked absolutely fucked. And I just said to everyone, I was like, I can't let her on stage. Like, I just can't. You know, she's so drunk. And I could see it because she came and sat next to me and Ella. And it was just so... it was just too much. And I felt like I was getting grilled. And I was like, I don't get what's going on here. Like I thought, I'm just trying to enjoy the show.
It's been me.
And so I just said, right, I can't let her on. There's no way, she's too drunk. So, and I think I spoke to Billy and Rosie, who was on the side, and I was like, I think we're gonna have to plan it. And we decided as a group, and Elliot was like, and we were like, right, decided as a group, we'll say that actually she's already told her story, so we won't have her on. Try and be nice. And it was decided I would do it because I'm a woman, and I honestly was so nice. Say, you tell everyone I'm really scary, but I think I have. It depends what day you catch me.
Exactly true.
And I just said to her, I'm really sorry, babe. You told your story now, so we're only going to go 2 people. I'm kind of running out of time. And she was like, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, we're not going to have you on. I'm not sure if I can say it again. And she was like, who the fuck do you think you are? And I was like, so my name's Hannah. I'm Grace's manager. And she went, who the fuck do you think you are? Like really getting in my face.
Gun fingers.
And like literally in my face. And I thought, no, today is not the fucking day. And Ella came running over. She went trying to calm it down. And she went, who the fuck does she think? Like, I was
not starting on Ella.
No, about me.
Oh, okay,
like
fine.
Across. And
for me, that's fun.
And I literally was just like, professional woman. Professional woman. But it did test me a little bit. And I was just so like, I just can't be fucking asked. So Drew came over and was just like, if you're going to speak to her like that, you need to leave. And then, she ended up getting like kicked out, like manhandled out of the building. But I thought, this is a show, like you should be having fun. And I actually didn't say anything. I was very impressed. With my own self-restraint.
Very impressed.
I was very much,
going
Ella
on.
literally, because I was like this. That's what I do to people when I get upset. Like
and that's how you know she's fucked off. You go, okay, I'm sorry, Hannah.
No, I do it behind people's back, so they turn around like...
Anyone watching from far is like,
Yes, I don't care.
You're right.
It's my inner anger.
Do you know what I like to end the podcast on?
How can I save you?
Yeah, she's watched it before.
Oh, maybe a couple
What
of
advice
times.
would you give? Sorry.
How can I save you? I don't think you need saving, to be honest.
Really?
I think you are fabulous the way you are.
Wow.
And I love you for how you are.
Love you.
And I love our friendship and everything we've built together.
Yeah.
The only thing I would maybe say is maybe don't tell people about your explosive shits.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's the only thing I've always said is like, don't say the C word too much because it demonetizes, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And toilet antics, there should be some mystery.
Should be a line there,
you know, when I was with you, you did tell Bill you had a pile, and that really just summed up everything that I've been speaking about.
Yeah, and
just keep it girly, keep it classy, keep it fun, flirty.
Maybe I'm going to go home tonight and say, I don't poo.
Maybe you should go home and say, pile's gone.
Yeah. It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. I'll take back what I said.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm going to split it on you.
Okay.
If you could save me, what would you do?
Okay, what I would actually do is make you I'm really impressed today, actually, you turned up on time. But your time management skills are fucking disgraceful.
No, they are.
And let me tell this. Yesterday, we had a drama with our flight or whatever, right? Wasn't Hannah's fault, wasn't my fault, whatever.
Yeah, can we just...
That wasn't our fault.
It was a flight issue.
So we had like 40 minutes to catch our flight, get through security, okay?
We had an hour. It's so
our
dramatic.
Gate closes at 35 past. It's 30 minutes past. We've just got through. We're at gate 15. We're at gate 1 currently, yeah? Hannah goes, oh, let me get to Starbucks quick.
I haven't had a Starbucks this whole trip.
I don't give a fuck. She goes, let me get a Starbucks quick. There's about 6 people in the line. I go, Hannah, it says the gate closes at 35. She goes, Grace, when they say gate close, it doesn't mean the gate closes.
But usually it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It just means that they're just all loading you onto the plane. I go, I'll trust her. She's been on flights, to be fair, right?
I bet she's flown a lot this year.
At 36 minutes past, 1 minute after the gate closes.
Nella, Johnny, and Nella's team
Were
all holding the plane.
up the plane. We were the last people. And I looked at her and said, if you had made us miss that plane, oh my God.
You know?
If you would have seen what would have happened if I missed that plane, I wouldn't have spoken to you.
It was more funny because Nella was like, you in that fucking coffee?
Yeah, we couldn't even look at Hannah's Starbucks cup.
No, everyone was so upset, but I was really enjoying it and I really did need it.
And that's the last time. And that's just one of the many moments that Hannah has just pushed the line with time. Pushed it. She goes, come with me to this event. Oh, no, because we'll get there when it ends. That's all I do. It's like, your fucking time management's disgraceful. And you know, it's my kink to be on time.
I know, but somewhere we hit in the middle.
No, we don't. We hit the end.
It's more a case of, I do try and be on time.
No, you don't, Hannah.
I do.
You do not. When we were leaving the
wake
airport,
up early.
5 minutes before we went to I'll just hop in the shower. I should probably pack my makeup bag as well, shouldn't I? 5 minutes before we're meant to leave.
But no one else was ready.
Yeah,
I judge on everyone else.
I was.
What are we going to do? Just sit there twiddling our thumbs?
No, we just leave by ourselves.
No, the thing is, I watched Princess Diaries once and I heard this quote and I've really stuck to it my whole life. The Queen is never late, everyone else is simply early. And I've agreed.
When did you get crowned?
Well, my initials are HRH, which from Her Royal Highness. No, I agree, to be fair. I don't disagree.
Thank you.
I am pretty good sometimes. I have moments.
Today you were good. I appreciate that.
Today I was good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty on time.
Yeah.
Doctors and stuff. Things that I really need
Probably
to be on time.
not. No, that's such a fucking lie. I know you turn up 5 minutes late to your appointments as well. I know you do.
I was an hour late to my dentist.
There we
the other day.
go.
They cancelled
Who
it.
waits? Well, of course they did.
It's not my fault.
Got fillings to do, Hannah.
Oil people were out.
Oh, fair.
That's not my fault.
Protect the
Environment.
oil and that. Yeah.
Oil and that.
I don't know.
Do you even know what they're doing?
No.
Fair.
Obviously, we've been together a long time.
3 years.
3 years, and we've achieved a lot in that 3 years.
We have.
What do you see for
Not just me though, by the way. Like you have got a team, and I do want credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Big up Ella Young.
But what do you see for me in the future?
We spoke about a lot TV. Mm-hmm. I see you presenting on TV.
Get me on there.
Like I've always thought that. I've always thought that you would end up in that route.
Yeah.
You know, I think, it's so interesting though, because people who start in digital want to go into TV and people on TV want to go into digital.
Yeah.
And, so it really depends. So people who've been on TV will excel in that and then whatever. But I think people really, love you and think you're very relatable. So I think, and also I really want to get you on a flight to LA and bring the podcast over there with the boys, because I think, pass me over some Xanax, I'll do it. There's a few guests that we've had to turn down because we don't do via Zoom.
Yeah.
So, and I would love that to happen.
I agree. Do an hotel room or something.
A hotel? No, well, yeah.
Yeah.
You just rent somewhere out, you just do it there. But
I agree.
I think that would be incredible. I've always had big visions. I've always said we don't take talent on unless I can really envision what the next 5 years looks like for them. Yeah. I've always said that. And I think for you, it's mad because we're 3 years in. And I think really we've started looking at long term. I think you also own your own products.
Yeah.
I know for a fact you will.
Yeah.
And, dominate in every space you're in. I think you'll be like the next biggest female presenter / digital talent in the UK for sure.
A manifestation. I'm fucking here for it. Oh, and while you're here, check out my YouTube channel, GKBarry, because I put out GKBarry's Great British Adventures and Toxic every Sunday. Thank you.
That was one that took a long time to pitch, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah. TV didn't want that. Right. It's been a pleasure having you on. It's been 10 out of 10. Hope this is educational for you. Hope you learned a lot.
I hope your views don't plummet having me on.
They won't. They'll excel. But yeah, if you've been watching, give it a like and subscribe. And if you've been listening, make sure you give it a 5-star review and a follow, because it gets me fucking up there in the charts.
And please follow HLD.
And follow HLD and just, get your tits out. Thank you for coming on. Love you.
Love you.
Say bye to that camera.
Bye.